Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and this is the Mario Sluggers League Season 11 Weeks 1 through 3 recap. Before we begin, this is a league with real people, so let's not insult any of the GMs in the comments. And please like, share, and subscribe, and let's begin. Mario Sluggers League Season 11. First off, go watch the off-season short, and let's get into it. Mario Sluggers League Season 11 started with the Forgotten Wolf and the Yoshi Eggs taking on J McFortune and the Waluigi Spitballs. The game was controlled by the Yoshi Eggs the whole time, and especially with Darkbones hitting a 2-run homer and Boshi scoring the other runs. And despite the best efforts of Birdo, the Yoshi Eggs won 5-3. The next game was the look at the two all-new teams, YouTuber Crow and the Diddy Monkeys versus the Luigi Knights. The Knights held control for most of the game, getting off to a 6-0 start thanks to Red Pianta and the name Redacted Me. However, the Diddy Monkeys clapped back thanks to Blue Drybones, and the score went to 9-6. However, in the final inning of the game, with Green Drybones got a home run, and then Red Pianta hit a 3-run walk-off home run to win the game for the Luigi Knights 10-9 in Game of the Week. In the final game of Week 1, it was a classic matchup: Monkey Man and the Bowser Monsters versus LB Swimmer and the Peach Monarchs. Bowser versus Peach. It was a snooze fest where nothing happened for most of the game, which is surprising considering the Peach Monarchs had reigning MVP Peach, but she actually played terrible for the whole game, and Blooper got swapped in way earlier than expected. However, for the first time in a long time, LB Swimmer and the Peach Monarchs defeated Monkey Man and the Bowser Monsters 2-1. After Week 1, this is how the standings shaped up. In first place, the Luigi Knights. Then it's the Yoshi Eggs, followed by the Peach Monarchs and the Diddy Monkeys. And the two teams looking on the outs were the Waluigi Spitballs, and in dead last, the Bowser Monsters, now on a 3-game losing streak stretching back to last season. Early on, there were some standout players: Boshi, Darkbones, Name Redacted Me, Blue Drybones, Red Pianta, Yoshi, and William Afton. These players would be the subject of being award favorites throughout the whole season, or so far. In week 2, it would be the week of 7, with all games ending in the winner scoring 7 points. The first game of the week was Crow and the Diddy Monkeys versus LB Swimmer and the Peach Monarchs. And after a disappointing loss last week, the Diddy Monkeys got down to business with Petey Piranha scoring 2 home runs and a very good defensive performance from Diddy, Boo, and Light Blue Yoshi. The game would start 7-1 in favor of the Diddy Monkeys, and despite an attempted comeback by the Peach Monarchs, it would be a win for the Diddy Monkeys 7-4. A crucial win for tiebreakers. The next game was the Yoshi Eggs versus the Bowser Monsters, where Boshi scored 4 out of the Yoshi Eggs' 7 runs, while Darkbones and Yoshi brought in the other runs. And even with Bowser, the Bowser Monsters couldn't get past the outfield of Baby Peach, Boshi, and Yoshi, as the Yoshi Eggs won 7-5, despite Blue Pianta absolutely sucking. It'd be after this game where both teams decided to make some changes. The Forgotten Wolf got fed up of Blue Pianta playing ass, so we traded him to the Luigi Knights in exchange for a second-round pick in K-Rool. A fair gamble, since K-Rool and Pianta were top players at their peak, but now they had huge question marks. And Blue Pianta is still valuable, so the second-round pick is payment for that. The other trade was Toadsworth being traded to the Bowser Monsters, while the Luigi Knights received a 4th and yellow Toad. The Luigi Knights came away with some big awards in that trade. However, they gave up a lot of value, and it was time to see if they fit all together. In the final game of the week, it'd be the Luigi Knights versus the Waluigi Spitballs. Once again, Birdo would be outplaying the rest of the Spitballs, although William Afton and Waluigi did play well. Birdo carried the Spitballs to a 6-1 start, but then the Pianta duo of Red and Blue Pianta would start clicking, and they carried the Luigi Knights to an unbelievable comeback to win the game 7-6. And for the second time in franchise history, the Luigi Knights were 2-0 to start a season, the first time since they were known as the Daisy Flowers back in Season 3. Meanwhile, for the Spitballs, they started 0-2 for the first time ever. The standings after Week 2 were as follows. The Luigi Knights still stood in first place, shocking the whole league, while the favorites entering the season, the Yoshi Eggs, sat tied in second place at 2-0. In third place, after a win over the Peach Monarchs, the Diddy Monkeys moved to 1-1 and in third place, ahead of the Peach Monarchs, who sat in fourth, and the Waluigi Spitballs and Bowser Monsters sat 0-2 and looking out on the outs of the playoff picture. Now onto the final week of this video, week number 3. Already 2 teams were on bye, as the Yoshi Eggs were on bye, and they debated whether to start King K. Rool or Rosalina for week 4, while the Diddy Monkeys enjoyed their week off. The first game of week 3 was the Waluigi Spitballs and J-Mick14 versus LB Swimmer and the Peach Monarchs. A crucial game for both sides. If the Peach Monarchs win this gives them a great chance to make it back to the playoffs with tiebreaker over the 2 teams out in the playoffs entering the week. Knowing this, the Peach Monarchs played their heart out with a dominating victory 7-1, with Wario playing a key role in the victory, while for the Waluigi Spitballs, seeing how the game was going, he wanted to forfeit the game, which is against league rules. And the Peach Monarchs advanced to 2-1, while the Waluigi Spitballs fell to 0-3 for the first time in franchise history. In the final game of the week, it was the Red Hot Luigi Knights at home against the bottom of the league Bowser Monsters. Now you would be thinking, easy win for the Knights, right? Wrong. It would be a complete destruction of the Luigi Knights, with the Bowser Monsters taking a very much needed win 9-2 thanks to Green Critter and Bowser hitting really, really good. And after 3 weeks in the season, this is how the league sits. In first, since the Knights lost, it's the Yoshi Eggs sitting at the top of the league 2-0. And don't worry, Knights fans, you guys are in second place at 2-1, although they are tied with the third place Peach Monarchs, who are also 2-1, with their wins coming against the 2 worst teams in the league, giving them tiebreaker while also putting them on fraud watch. The Diddy Monkeys sat in 4th place at 1-1 with some work to do, while in 5th place it would be the Bowser Monsters sitting at 1-2 with a huge win against the Knights, hopefully igniting their season. And then last, the Waluigi Spitballs, who sit at 0-3 and will need to win their way out to make it to the playoffs. As for the awards, it's a 5-way race this season, the most in league history. It's between Boshi, Name Redacted, Darkbones, Blue Drybones, and P. Piranha. The Slugger of the Year race is between Darkbones and Red Pianta, while Boshi and Name Redacted also are competing for Defensive Player of the Year. For Comeback Player of the Year, after a disappointing couple of seasons, Red Pianta and Wiggler have rebounded massively, while Blue Drybones is also in the race after a great start to the season. For Breakout Star of the Year, it's a race between the Knights' 2 emerging stars, Green Shy Guy and Baby Luigi. For LVP, it's pretty much a lock that Red Critter will win LVP. He has played last. LVP stands for Least Valuable Player. And with just 4 weeks to go, can the Spitballs rebound? Will the Knights keep winning? Are the Monarchs and Monkeys contenders? Can the Yoshi Eggs keep up their hot start to the season? And can the Bowser Monsters go on a winning streak? All this next time. Bye!